Well, Mansion House, that's another issue. Scary because this was martial law. I had to cut off Mansion House, I think, 3 times before the president himself ordered payment. The first one, of course, was easy. They had arrears, yes, and it kept increasing to, I think, 68,000 only. But the first time I cut off Mansion House, of course, they complained to Naya Central Office. It was easy. Our staff, Arki's team, just went to disconnect inside. They did not pay yet. When that happened, they complained to Naya. General Dumol phoned the president, Mr. Basanio Tello, why we cut off Mansion House. So Mr. Basanio Tello, you answered. I said, sir, they have arrears. So we had to cut it off. How much? At that time, it was smaller. It was not even 68,000. There's small billing. I said, it's this much, sir. Can you please connect it? That is how General Dumol was, quietly spoken. And then I said, can you reconnect? We have a guest from, I think it was the Karpov chess game at the time in Baguio, the convention centers. We have some foreign guests who will stay in Mansion House. Yes, sir. As long as you order me to connect it. Paki-connect lang. You can disconnect it later. When can you do it? I said, immediately, sir. I'll just phone my staff to reconnect. So it was reconnected. You send your accountant down to Naya. I will assist them with Malacanang. After 6 months, nothing happened. There was no payment. It was kept on accumulating. So I warned them again. This is the second time. In 15 days from your notice hereof, we will be disconnecting Mansion House for the second time because of non-payment, despite our accountant coming down to Manila and perhaps Naya's assistant. There was no answer. So we cut. When I sent the disconnection team, they radioed me and said, there's a platoon guarding the gate. They won't let us enter. So I said, okay. I went down I said, meet me at the end of that right park there. There's that small lake where is the transformer serving our Mansion House. And then they pointed to that area. Well, anyway, do the clearing operations here. Disconnect first that transformer connection. Disconnect it, leave it, go home. After you have cleared, done clearing. So that was how we disconnected. We were not allowed inside. Then again, a phone call from General Dumol. Have you cut off Mansion House? Yes, sir. They haven't paid still, despite the fact that we have been asking them to pay. So that was the second time. Then I think as a Russian a diplomat wanted to come to Baguio again and stay here in the Mansion House. General Dumol was again contacted and he ordered me to reconnect. The same process. He said, when can you do it? Immediately, sir. After that connection, I did not do any disconnection, and I told the staff, I said, you tell me when the President of the Philippines is coming to the March weekend. What I did was, when they warned me sometime earlier in February, I think, I gave the notice and again notified General Dumol through telefax that I am cutting off again the power connections to Mansion House for non-payment of arrears and bills and arrears. He did not answer at all. He never answered. Suddenly, March week comes in. The President was here. The President and the Imelda, of course. It is Imelda who uses that. I knew that it was Imelda who was using that for her social activities. Some staff whom he instructed. Meet General Dumol at Luacan Airport, Air Force One. So that's the President's plane. In other words, the President ordered his airplane to go and fetch General Dumol et al. So I followed them to the campus compound. This is where I met all the police and generals this is a two-story building. They were having a meeting upstairs, and the generals, the police generals were there. The provincial and city police chief then was General Aguana. So he pointed me, there is Mr. Cosalan. He keeps compromising the safety of the president in Baguio City. So they were all looking at me, and I was entering. I said, sir, I am just a good soldier doing my work, doing my job. Then, Executive Secretary Tuvera came down. He said, and while they were pointing at me and looking at me, so what's the problem? He says, there, Mr. Cosalan, he keeps cutting off the power supply of Mansion House and compromising the safety of the President of the Philippines in Baguio City. He was really that mad. Secretary Tuvera just said, well, the President just ordered the payment of 1.6 million to BENECO. I said, sir, I don't have, Mansion House doesn't owe me 1.6 million. I only am looking for for 68,000 plus. He says, well, what about Fort Ilocanja and Paway? I looked around and then I saw Puldo, the manager of Ilocos Norte. He was laughing in the corner. I said, the president ordered the payment of 1.6 million. I said, sir, I'm not looking for 1.6 million. That's ended that particular problem. That's why I grew white hairs in BENECO, really.